Fitzsimmons here at the SCG. Good afternoon.
How you're going in your office tipping competition. I got 2 out of 5 yesterday. That's about par for the course lately. My motto on Monday mornings now is, if you got more than 3, you know nothing about football. Well, today we go down to Cardinia Park for the clash between Geelong and Melbourne, and then to the MCG for the match of the day between Richmond and Footscray, both up there in the final 5. First up, a clash of those great coaching titans, Tom Hafey and Ron Barassi. Through the late 60s and 70s, they clashed so many times in big finals matches. But lately, they haven't been there too often. Hafey's last trip to the MCG in September was in 1981, and Barassi's was the year before that as coach of North Melbourne in 1980. Well, this year they're hoping that Geelong and Melbourne, Geelong in Hafey's case, Melbourne in Barassi's, will be there at finals time. After 6 rounds, they both had a 50% record with 3 wins, so yesterday's was a key game. Unfortunately at Geelong, the weather was much worse at 2 o'clock than it was in Melbourne. It was raining in the early part of the match, and the first half was of a low standard. We join it right after half-time. The Cats in front by 11 points, and commentators are Drew Morfitt and Doug Hayward.
Start of the second half here at Cardinia Park, and Geelong leading by 11 points. Both teams managed just 1 goal won in the first half of the game. And there's Bailey on for Melbourne for the second half, up towards centre half forward, and Yates' hand pass looking for Fidge, misses him. Geelong's defence a bit desperate, eventually Toohey, but straight to Withers, who spills the cake of soap. Play on, Flanagan's kick smothered, and an attempted hand pass and a block by Hocking. Neil, umpire's really letting it go. Neil's kick covers about 15 metres. Awkward one for Jarrett. They climbed all over him. And the whistle's gone, and the Geelong man was pushed in the back towards the umpire. It's the Cats free.
Yes, well, they take a long while to blow the whistle, and when they blow it, they still leave us perplexed. Down towards the half-forward line. In front is Giles, battling with Ablett, and done it fairly well. Connolly in trouble, falls, recovers well. Left puts it straight down to Bruns. Bruns takes the mark. He's about centre wing position. Drives downfield. Ablett the target all the time. Overdoing it, actually. Chance for Williams, back to Ablett. Ablett can't get his kick. They fall on top of the ball. Williams in the thick of everything. Here's the little man who's made a difference, Morgan. Morgan out wide, taken by Shane Williams. Back to Ablett. Ablett hooks it back with a very long one, out of bounds on the fall.
Ablett's tally for the day, 1 goal, 1 behind, and 1 out of bounds. Kick in by Hughes. Oh, fine mark. Dragged down in front by Flanagan, who's really done well against Peter Moore. 6 marks for Darren Flanagan. Long way out from goal. Gee, that's pretty close. 5 metres short, that's all. Off Reynoldson for a behind.
Because Flanagan's been an excellent player. 6 fine marks, and he's beaten Moore in a couple of splendid individual efforts. Danny Hughes kicks out looking for Moore. Moore gives a splendid lead. You should have held that, Peter. That was bad judgment. Gee, that was bad judgment. Jarrett gets through with good strength. Toohey, almost Neil, ever alert behind the pack. Jarrett up in front. Missed by Sullivan. Lost by Crouch. Good tackle by Jarrett. Crouch again. Geelong players everywhere, but it's over the line from Crouch. Out of bounds, will be thrown in.
Ruckman jostle. No clean advantage. Moore comes out with it now. He's caught by the little blokes, but keeps it out in front of him. Taking it defensively. Caught by Bolton. Connolly pops it over the top, and the mark head to Buse. The ball went 10.1 metres. Buse kicked to centre half forward. Ablett! Magnificent. Even though Giles has never been far away, Ablett has still been able to drag down 6 marks. And Gary Ablett at centre half forward, 50 metres out, could kick this through at post height. Geelong leading by 2 straight kicks, which is not a lot at the 3.5-minute mark of the third quarter, but in slippery conditions, it is quite a lot. Ablett's kick is home. His second goal, Geelong's 6th. Geelong's 5th, rather.
And it tends to look like a big lead at this stage because the scoring has been so bad, so meagre. By Clayton. Flanagan won it past Williams. Runs, fights for it, and fights for it very effectively. Nice play runs. Out towards Flanagan. Flanagan caught, but cleverly to Boss. Boss been a good player. In front, Ablett. Mark number 7. And well within range again. 2 goals in about a minute would make a tremendous difference to the outcome of this match from Ablett. Geelong runner goes out and says to Ablett, says to Boss, well done getting that down to Ablett. Whilst we're watching Ablett kick for goal. That's a beautiful kick. Goal number 3. And they're in quick succession. 4 goals the difference. Geelong 6-5 to Melbourne 2-5.
.41 plays 17. Moore wins in the middle this time. Through goes White, number 5. A paddle on. But well done in defence there by Shane Williams. Defensive mark to Richards. Across to Moore. Not sure whether any of his teammates know where he's going to go. Moore to half forward and in front. Shane Williams again. Good mark. Played on a bit quickly. An awkward looking kick. Goes back to Moore. He's caught by Ablett. Loses it. Pushed in the back, rules the umpire, and a free kick to Moore.
It's hard in these slippery conditions, not with a tackle, to sort of look as if you're riding someone to the ground. Out to Alan Johnson. Shane Williams goes up with him. Johnson withstood it well, but Williams does it nicely. Johnson battles like anything, but can't break away. And umpire Clayton will indicate, I think, a bounce. Comes in dramatically.
6 minutes gone in the third quarter. Already Geelong 2 goals in this term, both through Gary Ablett. Grinter's hand pass over the top. Swamped the Melbourne teammate. It's going forward though. Withers a good left footer from a standing start. Wilson in long sleeves now. Hasn't had a kick yet. Comes to the front of the pack and the Cats whip it away delightfully. This is Bolton. Good kick to half forward already. Moore attempts the punch. Goes to the back. Giles in front of Ablett this time. He didn't have time to look for a teammate. He gets the boundary line. Not quite.
Neil, long hand pass back, it goes to Bolton, who's having a good match. Out wide to Couch. Couch with his left foot in the Ablett direction. Giles is with him and well spoiled. Caught was Bailey. Here comes Morgan. Peter Moore takes him on. Didn't do it all that well. Chance for O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan gets kicked under pressure, does no distance. In chance Bailey again. Nice play Morgan. Clever play Morgan. Out to Shane Williams, and his kick is perfect. Out it goes to Buse. Buse then drives it down. In front is Reynolson. Well, the first piece of team football I think that we've really seen for the day. Nice play by Williams. Out to Buse, and Buse' pass was very well directed to Reynolson. Can Reynolson finish it off with a goal? He can. That's 3 goals in about 7 minutes. In the second term, Melbourne scored 1-1 to Geelong's 1-1, so 3 goals in 7 minutes is really something fantastic in this match today. It's made a bit of a highlight out of a lot of lowlights. Five-goal lead is a huge advantage in these slippery conditions.
It rained almost for a quarter and a half. Greg Williams gets it out to Neil. Neil's grabbed by White. Goes to Richards, who slips the tackle of Ablett. Richards at centre half back, a bit slow, caught by Lenigan. His kick luckily finds Moore, who takes a fine mark under pressure from Zickler. His first mark, Peter Moore, and he's been killed round the ground by Flanagan, who's taken 7. Johnson, bouncing ball for Wilson, still looking to get his boot to the ball for the first time for the game, and he's beaten again by Yates, then gets into his back, and a free kick to Mark Yates, who has played superbly.
Oh, it hasn't Ryan Wilson played badly. Down it goes towards the centre line. Over the back they go, and there's an opportunity for Geelong here through Views again. No, it's Williams. Left puts it downfield. Couch plays on quickly and looks for Views. Views comes in strongly. Morgan's there to assist him. Tackled by Connolly is Views. Views and Connolly have been pretty unfriendly little men to each other today. It'll be bounced at centre half forward. Geelong in attack.
Centre half forward for the Cats. Flanagan wins. Johnson for Melbourne. Back to the centre. Healy. Oh, great mark. He was magnificent in the first quarter, Gerard Healy. Been let down by every other forward. A wide lead by Wilson. 80 metres from goal. He's got it for the first time. Just gets the hand pass away. Boss has been great for the Cats. Up and down the mine shaft. Williams is there, spoiled by Bailey. Chance here for Melbourne. Oh, well done by Bruns.
Was well done, Bruns. There's an opportunity there for Richards. Richards gets a good kick off the ground, misses it badly, recovers. Out wide it goes. Look out. O'Sullivan gets it out wide to Connolly. Connolly downfield. Underneath it, Neil. Almost took a good one. Yates late on the scene. Zickler with it. Zickler doesn't cover any distance. Well picked up by Shane Williams. Beat 2 of them. Lightning hand pass to Flanagan. Flanagan out wide. Bailey and Williams. Bailey's going to win it, but goes to the ground. Picked up by Lenigan out to Neil. Neil back towards Williams. Williams is not quick, but is all in the right position. Out back to Neil it goes. Neil centre wing. Steadies and kicks beautifully to Lenigan. Lenigan then boots it down looking for Reynoldsson. Great football. Great football. Reynoldsson showing some great mobility up forward. In this third term, 2 splendid goals from Ablett from a long way out, from fine marks, and Reynoldson's kicked 1 goal, and that was an excellent pass by Neil. A fine lead by Reynoldsson. Reynoldsson 35 to 40 metres out on the angle, and he misses it. Misses it.
All the play in this third quarter coming from Geelong. Hughes at right half back. Well played, up to the wing. Off the hands, it's taken by Graham Yates of Melbourne. Withers gets clear, good hand pass by Yates. If it'll bounce, all right. Withers has kicked both of Melbourne's goals. But he can't get it out of that pack, and it'll be a ball up at centre half forward.
Geelong defence has been quite magnificent. There were 3 Geelong Guernseys and swooped on Withers, and always it's been sort of a 2-to-1 basis, you feel. They've played wonderful backup football. White, this will be a goal to Wilson, to Yates. Robin White's hardly had a touch. Yates has taken a couple of wonderful marks, a fine hand pass from White out to Yates. Yates puts it through, and that was a desperately needed goal for Melbourne. Melbourne's second goal was 6 minutes in the second quarter. Their second goal, that's their third.
Melbourne have gone a quarter and 8 minutes between getting their second and third goals. Greg Williams out of the middle. Goes to Neil. Ablett drops one. And into his back was Giles. Ablett will get the free kick. Ablett's first goal came from a free kick after a push in the back when he was only 15 metres out right in front. But since then, he's taken 2 marks and kicked 2 mighty goals. Look at that kick. 75 metres. Reynoldsson swamped by the defence, and Fidge rushes it through for a behind.
Well, I guess he's worth concentrating on as Ablett. They over-concentrate him at times, and he just does everything so well. Fidge's kick out wide is dangerous. Moore picks it up out in front of Flanagan. Hughes it is. A very long kick down towards White. Well, White could have taken a free kick that time. He does. Against Zickler. Peter Moore's been moved up to the forward pocket beside Wilson. Robin White. Kick it high in the Moore direction will be his target. Out comes Peter Moore. Never looked like it. Well played, Boston. A brilliant halfback. Out to Williams. Ever elusive. Williams back to the centre of the ground is not a good kick. Oh, look at that! A brilliant tumbling mark by Ablett. I thought Melbourne were going to mark it in front of him, but that was a spectacular tumble, and he drives it downfield. In comes Connolly and says, I'll try and do it too. Not quite successful. Here comes number 20. Lost him was Richards. Richards out wide. Melbourne looking horrible at this stage. Jarrett's got the chance. Jarrett downfield, in front Hughes takes the mark.
Hughes might be able to give them something on the ball and stop the effectiveness of Flanagan. Didn't like his standing start kick much. High to half forward. Grinter at the back. Through goes Withers. Beautiful little Batterston. Long kick. Moore's there. Wilson nowhere in sight. And easily taken through by Yates.
Out wide it comes. Underneath it is Hughes. Withers will spoil him. Well played, Hughes. Chance for Danny Hughes to go straight at him, but it was just as brilliantly done by Geelong. However, it was eventually lost as Zickler did it well first. Back to Hughes. On a flash to White. White's kick is under pressure and slow. Neal can't grab it. It's picked up and back towards Hughes. Hughes has got lots of time. Out to Zickler. Zickler now downfield. Richards got a wonderful opportunity. Taken away brilliantly by Reynolds playing a good quarter. Picked up by Williams. Lightning stuff out to Lenigan. Lenigan a short pass. Great football to Morgan. Beautiful football. Geelong playing excellent third term. Downfield it goes. Flanagan the target. In front is Bruns. He'll be met by Bailey and met courageously. Morgan fights for it. So does Payne. Jarrett's with the ball. Jarrett hooks it out wide. O'Sullivan's got the chance and takes a good mark.
Excellent mark by O'Sullivan. He looked to be tripped just before going for it, but marked well on his chest. The conditions not as bad in the third quarter as they were in the first half when we had almost consistent drizzle. Withers to Hughes. Kick touched off the boot. Play on, says the umpire. Goes to Neal. Greg Williams been superb in the centre. Look at that. Every time to a man. Bolton, a beautiful hand pass across. Zickler up from defence. Oh, they'll spoil each other. Just as well Payne was there for the Demons. Out to the outer side, and that's out of bounds. Half-back flank. No, not quite. Yes, off Johnson, over the line.
Chris Johnson led excellently then. It was a pity after Payne's dash was so good that he didn't kick a bit better. Flanagan miles above his opponents. Long kick underneath it, Conley. Safe mark. Long hand pass to Fidge. Been quiet. Caught. Out wide to Jarrett. Jarrett at centre half back sends it long. Looking for Withers. What a leap. Oh, it was a spectacular jump. Grinter it was. Oh, here they've lost it again. Bolton picks up as Withers fumbles. Bolton left foots it. Missed it. Tremendous leap by Grinter. Bad fumble by Withers. Bolton left foot chop for goal, 1 point.
50 plays 24. And we're 17 and a half minutes into the third quarter. Hughes punches out of bounds. Hughes against Reynolds. Hughes wins it. Chance here for Melbourne. Healy in space. A lot of height in the kick, not huge distance. Grinter at the back. Oh, White interfered and the free kick to Zickler. Zickler bending over the ball and White crashed straight through him.
Zickler playing a good third term too. And so's Reynolds, and here he is in lovely position, punched away by Hughes. Chance for Williams, been brilliant after a quiet first term. Out to Bruns. Bruns then drives to the speedy Morgan. He's got tremendous toe as Darren Morgan. He was off too, I thought. Umpire Smith gives the verdict in front of Morgan. Give for Morgan. Morgan, good kick. Good kick. A very lively little player is young Darren, who had a distinguished run in the under-19s. And he's a player of the future. Geelong 8-8, Melbourne 3-6.
Bright sunshine now after the earlier rain. Greg Williams must have had, I reckon, 8 or 10 hand passes in this quarter. Goes to Neil. Out wide to Morgan again. Almost. Off the ground, Neil. He could nearly kick it himself. It's not bad. Tough right on the line.
An exciting player is Scratcher when he gets running. Kicked the pass to Morgan, then followed up beautifully. Fidge out wide looking for Healy. Meal is with him. Healy, excellent mark. Well, it's pretty hard work for the acting captain today. That's Healy. Down towards Moore. Moore, big high leap but unsuccessful. Picked up nicely by Yates. Yates, you may as well kick it. He kicks it badly. Awkward bounce for Hughes. Nice play, Yates, and then lost it. Hughes can't pick it up, and here he comes again. Williams, lightning hand pass again. Reynoldsson caught with a brilliant tackle by White. Runs with the ball, and Geelong doing it in great style. Sends it down towards centre half forward. Underneath it, Ablett. I thought Payne could have made a little bit extra effort there, but Ablett's got it. Mark number 8 drives it downfield. Connolly goes up behind his Fidge. Quite happy to let the ball go over the line. A very bedraggled lot of demons.
8 goals 9 to 3 goals 6. Here's a chance for Buse. Hooked back towards the goal square. Flanagan's there. Knocked away by Jarrett. And through for a behind.
Well, for Melbourne, Grinter's been moved to full forward. Wilson out in the half-forward direction. Short pass from full-back just makes it. Not to Adrian Batterston. Batterston down towards centre wing. Chance for Bailey. Good mark. On to Healy. Healy down towards centre half-forward, and Yates and Wilson again. Wilson brilliant. Nearly pay that one. Nearly pay a free. First kick. Now to Malarkey. Malarkey in front of Hughes now at full forward as Moore's on the ball. And back it comes again. Batterston can go on. Could have gone on, but took too long. Batterston now.
Melbourne have scored only 1 goal per quarter for the game. Yates of Melbourne. Hooks back. Grinter. Yates' kick. Goes for a behind. His personal tally 1-1. Doesn't sound much, but when the team's only kicked 3-7, it's a fair contribution.
Centre wing position, half-forward flank. Oh, great effort. Great effort by Bernard Toohey that time, and he's paid a free kick anyhow, but he almost took a spectacular one-hander. Rum's on the ground for Geelong. Up goes Moore. He's only taken 1 mark for the match. Jarrett with it in lots of trouble. Slips over the top they go. Free kick to Jarrett around the necks is umpire Clayton. Jarrett's got about 3 men on his mark. He drives it out looking there for Johnson. 2-1 against him as usual. Zickler playing very well. Takes it over the line out of bounds.
Geelong went in at lemon time leading by 32 points, and that was the deciding quarter in the match. The Cats kicked 4 goals 6 to Melbourne's 1-3, and the final margin was 45 points after a 4-2 last quarter by Geelong. Gary Ablett kicked another 5 goals and Morgan 2 for the winners. Mark Withers of Melbourne kicked 3 in a very disappointing total of 5. The MCG clash between Richmond and Footscray, big improvers in the competition, gave me a sense of deja vu. I was at the same ground 2 years ago on Anzac Day when Footscray kicked 10 goals in a big first quarter against Richmond and almost lost. Yesterday I saw them kick 9 in the first quarter and they had to fight very hard subsequently to take the points. Our replay is of a very exciting third quarter. We join it at the first bounce in the third term. Footscray in front by 32 points, and with me is Mike Fitzpatrick.
Start of the third quarter, Richmond 7-3, Footscray 12-5. Umpire Sawyers bounces. Neutral, but Waitman takes it away. Centre half forward, but marked by Cordy. And cutting across the front, Burton. Burton for Richmond. Usually a pretty useful kick. Waitman and Kennedy struggle for the ball. And it'll be a bounce at centre half forward for Richmond.
Dale Waitman, 3 goals in a fine second quarter, but it hasn't put Richmond as close as they'd like. Lee beats Purser. Hardy and James, who wins comprehensively. Jess, taken from the ground during a very ordinary first quarter. And now back to the second half. So Richmond draw blood in the first 75 seconds through Jess. And that might be what the Tigers require. They could certainly do with an informed Jim Jess on that forward line, which lacks effective scoring players.
Purser brings the ball back, taken by Foley. Foley spins out of trouble well on the left boot. Not a great kick. Hardy leading in the race. The ball keeps in front of him. Good football. Brought away by Footscray now towards the half-forward line. Tight. McKenna gets it away well to Jepp. Jepp a loose kick, but it looks like Foley again underneath it. And that should be 15. And a few weeks ago it could have been a report.
Wasn't even 15, which is astonishing.
Foley wanted to get on with it, get the ball down there. Purser now gets it away. Put Wallace under a bit of pressure. He gets to Hawkins. Hawkins to Cordy. Neil Cordy on the left boot. Not a great kick to Bam, but marked over back by Palm. Palm to Francis, who runs the ball out well. Nice long penetrating kick, and the ball dropped by Landing. Kicked off the ground to McKenna. The ball straight back, and up by Waitman. And Waitman just seemed to be in the right place at the right time. McKenna's kicked fairly loose. Waitman, who kicked 3 goals in the third quarter, now about to have his 8th kick, well within range, and kicks a point. So Richmond 8-4, 52, 25 points behind the Bulldogs on 12-5.
Nice delivery from Hardy finds Sewell. Bit of hanging on from Pickering didn't go unnoticed, which makes you wonder about the one a moment ago when Hardy's went unpenalised. Poole, a good attacking spoil at the back. Francis almost had it, but Baxter puts Footscray into attack. Edmund caught under a very high one. Poole hasn't placed that well. Hawkins. Call from Bahaja. And Royal is there also. Too far out to score, but Beasley is lurking. It's a poor kick. Bamblett. Waitman squirts the hand pass, as he does so characteristically, but Francis kicks straight to Hawkins. Royal again, almost in the same spot as a moment ago. Lines them up, but he's semi-smothered. Bamblett. Second goal to the former Demon. Back on his old hunting ground. And he kicks Footscray's 13.
Footscray leading by 31 points. The 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Looking very dangerous. Ball favours Lee. He gets it away. McKenna, who's really been in the play a bit this quarter. With Kennedy and Hawkins, a long torpedo punt. Rollings. Poole. But umpire Robertson will insist that Rollings takes the kick. He plays on once again to Walsh on the cricket pitch. Backing away. Handball to the running Strawn, who won't be able to control it. And it will be out of bounds. Cricket pitch area of the MCG. Graham, Cordy and Palm go for that one. The ruckman didn't get there. Malin now. Quick handball to Wallace. Wallace puts it up in the air. Underneath it's Poole. He gets the ball away again quickly to Rollings. Poole again. Long kick to centre half forward, but punched away. Landy's in there. Foley. Foley's almost got free. The ball was held term. There'll be a bounce at centre half forward for Richmond. 31 points behind the Bulldogs.
Purser. Clear winner that time. Baxter. Rioli from McKenna. Been a very quiet Rioli today, certainly compared to last week when he shone. Kennedy, close it up now. The umpire, perhaps just a little bit liberal in his interpretation. Kennedy could so easily have been penalised because he didn't try terribly hard to get it out. Landy to Rioli, sticks in front of him. Well done by the star centreman. Beaten by Wallace in the first half of this match, but trying hard to get back on terms in the third quarter. The margin, 83 plays 58, 25 points in Footscray's favour.
Lee again wins the ball away. Rioli hit away by Foley to Kennedy. Francis in the race for the ball. He's got it now. Rode that bump well. To Poole, who runs it out. Poole, a good ball and a long kick to centre half forward. There'll be a free for sure. Dale Waitman. Going out for his ninth kick. Going back very deliberately. He's not looking for Jess. Now he passes. And he does get Jess. Well, Jimmy Jess, who ran a pattern virtually to the left into the forward pocket and then came down the centre of the ground. Finally managed to open up that 5 or so metre space. And that's more like the Jim Jess of old. A fine kick. And Richmond back in the game. 10-4, 64. Footscray 13-5, 83 at the 9-minute mark.
The Tigers only had 3 goal kickers in the first half, and 2 more names have been added to that list in this quarter, Jess and Rioli, and they're looking dangerous. Within 19 points now, Richmond, the closest they've been since the first 15 minutes of the match. And Rioli pumps it out of the centre again. Waitman, oh, splendid attempt. That's a throw, surely. No. Throw in now on Richmond's half-forward flank. The Tigers with a head of steam. And Footscray far less effective than they looked in the first quarter in particular. Wallace. Oh, strong play by Walsh. Landy. Here comes James.
Not much more that McPherson could have done. Strong effort from James, his third mark only. But he's kicked 3 goals, and once again this week, this first-year player is proving a potent force up forward. A goal here would be his 20th for the season. That's good going in round 7. The Tigers are striking back. The margin just 13 points at the 10.5-minute mark. Doesn't miss many Stephen Jones. Kennedy now in jest. Cordy appeared to have him a few minutes ago. Neil Cordy. Lee going back for it, takes it out. Seemed to drop it away. Daniels now on the left boot. Goes out to Walsh. Walsh fists it forward. Brown Cordy now battled it again. Now Waitman, good hands to Walsh. Walsh on the left foot, the Tigers keep going again to Foley. Foley goes wide to Burton. Burton will be tackled, he is. Oh, Pickering really met solidly there, but Neil Cordy relieves for Footscray. And he's got Daniels on his own. Sorry, Hardy. Hardy moved up from the back pocket. Appears to be in the forward pocket now. Coming in for his 9th kick. Won't make the distance. And knocked over the back by Beasley. So Mickey Malthouse has made quite a few changes. Francis getting free. It's for Lee. Purser, good chase. Landy. Rioli and Wallace, the centre men. Wallace pushed in the back. Wins the free kick. Crowd not happy, but that looked to be rather clear cut. And what a fine player he is. And he's getting better. McLean just on the ground. Fahaja went the wrong way. The ball bounced away from him. Anir. Danger here. Rollings. Palm. Jess. Walsh. A long shot. Just offline. Thrilling stuff from Richmond. And the margin, 13 points at the 13-minute mark of the third term. Not many great leads offering. In front of the members' flank, McPherson marks. And now Sewell on the wing for Footscray. Oh, plenty of room here to Edmund. Edmund one bounce. Francis doesn't come into him, gives him room to move. His shot, it looks slightly offline, and it's touched through for a point. But Francis certainly seemed to give Jim Edmund much too much room. And Footscray go to 13-7 to Richmond 11-5. Strawn to Francis, who again is clear. Looks for Foley. Sewell was the spoiler. Jep. Rioli, much better in this quarter. Pickering. Jess on fire in the third quarter. Three marks for the quarter, and this could be his third goal. He hooked it badly. The Tigers would have loved that one. Bamblett on the bench after a good first half. Brian Cordy brings the ball in. Looking for Wallace. Wallace marks. Oh, but plays on and gets caught out. Cordy backing and rolls the ball out over the line. But Richmond will be very pleased with that piece of play. McKenna was the contributor. Purser over the back to Royal. And a good kick to Williams, who's on the ground. Noted half forward. Kicks long and comfortably. Gee, that was a good kick to Daniels. Really picked him out from about 50 metres away. Daniels' 12th kick coming up. And he fancies he can kick this by a little bit. On the edge of the square. Beasley in position. Can't mark. Palm didn't particularly want it, but Hardy does. Gets it out to Francis, who clears. Wallace punches the ball back. Good discipline football to Royal. Back to the edge of the square. And Cordy, again, Graham Cordy, who's taken 3 or 4 excellent marks close to goal. It's his 5th mark, and once again, are getting a very difficult angle. Foot would have been handy, but he nearly gave himself enough room. Hit the post. And Footscray move on to 13-8. Walsh.
Shocking kick. Bahaja, very quiet in this quarter. Daniels, well done. Danger here for Richmond. Williams. Beasley. Oh, not quite. Strawn. Poor kick. Free kick to Walsh. Poor effort from Sewell. Rollings. Pickering. Gets a 3 for a high tackle. And the Tigers rebounding out of defence. McKenna. Jess again. Well, you wouldn't have thought at half-time that he was going to play a part in this match. A further part. He could kick this. It's a mammoth kick. But again, he's hooked it away to the left. It's another behind. And still, Richmond down by 13 points.
And Jim Jess has been around long enough to know that those are very important shots. Cordy brings the ball in. And a great kick to Hawkins. Good running by McPherson and Wallace. But the kick's not a great kick, and Francis chips in. He's run a long way, gets the bounce in now. Kick right up into full forward. And there's a free kick to Neil Cordy. And the 15-metre penalty. Neil Cordy brings it away onto the far flank. Hawkins marks, too strong for Walsh. McLean. Well, there's an elbow in the head and the back there. Oh, and a fine mark to Palm. Palm looks for an ear, who has been quiet today. Into the centre of the ground. Foley overruns it. McLean nearly takes possession. Now he's got it. Footscray forced the ball forward. Daniels punches forward. Good effort. Straight through Poole's legs. Hardy's in the running for the ball, but Royal on the left boot. Low. And 6 points from Footscray. A badly needed goal. 14-8, 92. To the Tigers 11-7, 73, a 19-point lead. Excellent ball control by Brian Royal.
And set up, I thought, by the ferocious way that Hardy ran at the ball. When a couple of Richmond defenders had fumbled, and Hardy committed himself 100%. So breathing space for Footscray, who has stopped the Richmond run. Williams. Anir. Francis. Back to half forward for the Tigers. Well done, Kennedy. Had a bad quarter against Jess, but he did it confidently. Sewell. McLean. Long to half forward, looking for Edmund. Royal. Too far out. Good pass, just beyond Daniels. Now he's got it. He's done it. Second goal for the running Alan Daniels. And that's a very important one in this match, because now Footscray, after steadying with one, have kicked clear again.
Interesting chip, that. Bit short of both players, but Daniels committed himself to the ball and read the ball off Beasley's boot. Picked it up well and put it through. Those 2 goals could be key. Purser wins. Follows through. McLean, who's done a fair bit since he came on. Hardy's under it, marks. And that was a courageous mark.
And it was courageous because his teammate Beasley was bearing down at a rate of knots.
And was pretty keen to get it too, I think, too.
And if it looks bad when you hop out of the way of an opponent who's coming at you, it probably looks a darn sight worse if you get out of the way of a rampaging teammate.
He did collect him a bit too, I think.
Look at the size of him, though, those thighs and hips. 10th kick coming up. That's another one. He probably feels sore, but it's sweet too, because Footscray have put their stamp on the match now. They're 31 points in front, after the margin that at one stage dwindled to 13.
Bit of a carbon copy of the second quarter, Tim. Richmond start well and then fall away. Bounce favours Lee. He gets it away to Waitman. Ferguson leading the race for the ball, gets it away. Oh, must be a free kick to Palm, former West Perth player. Had a handy game. Long kick. Sewell's underneath it. Can't hold it. Pickering gets it across to Landy. Back of the right foot doesn't help. On the left now. Rioli fumbles. Could have marked that. Daniels clears it away. Doug Hawkins. Steve McPherson again. Left boot. Oh, Nathan. Once he gets it in his side, he doesn't drop him. To Beasley. Play on. Beasley probably got a lucky pull. Richmond now coming to the centre of the ground for Lee. Lee doesn't mark well overhead though. Bahagia takes it away. Hardy screws the ball back. That's him. And Footscray suddenly tearing away from Richmond. 17-8, 110. Richmond 11-7-73. A lead of 37 points.
Full marks to number 4 for versatility. All-Australian defender. Footscray lagging a little. He's gone into attack and he's kicked 2 key goals. He is going to be a very valuable player to the Bulldogs this year and beyond, hopefully. 24 minutes gone. Anir roves to Lee. Good tackle, McLean. So almost in the centre. Another bounce. Foley. McKenna. To half forward, Jess and Kennedy. This time Jess is underneath it, and Kennedy marks well. And perhaps that's symbolic, because the Richmond fortunes seem to have slumped. And once again, Footscray well on top in the match. And now it's the skillful Wallace who has taken the points against Rioli. Edmund, good hands. Doesn't do a lot. Sometimes you wonder whether he really does enough. But what he does is extremely accomplished. Graham Cordy, the leaper. And now a throw in on Footscray's half-forward flank. Light rain falling, and conditions will get more and more slippery between now and the end of the match.
Boundary throw-in. Purser wins to Bamblett. No, to McLean. Ball running free now. Oh, punched away well. Palm. Poole now with a chance. Edmund. Handballs. To Royal. Royal's third goal. And Footscray's 18th as they take the game away from the Tigers.
Five goals in 8 or 9 minutes to Footscray. And what a turnaround after Richmond really looked as if they were getting on top. 5 goals in 7 minutes to the Bulldogs. It's been fine football at the MCG. Burton, well tackled. Williams. And while Williams hasn't been among the brilliant players when he's been on the ground, which has only really been in this third quarter, I think he has been one of the motivators. He's done some heavy work for them in this renewed onslaught.
Footscray take the ball away. Punch down. Cleared by McKenna, but marked by Williams. Williams is a good user of the ball. Here it goes. Oh, a sharp, nice, sharp kick to Royal. How Royal was given that much freedom, Paul Sproul would like to know. Going in for his 19th kick. That is a lot of kicks at the 27-minute mark of the third quarter. He passes to Edmund, who marks. And it's a measure of the fine marks that Edmund takes that he held that one, because he was really under pressure from the time the ball left Royal's foot then. And nevertheless, he managed to hold position and still leap off a couple of steps, get up in the air and grab the mark. It's his 4th for the quarter. Poor kick. Out on the full. And I think Strawn will probably bring this one back in.
Strawn got away to a torrid start when Beasley was kicking goals left, right and centre in the first quarter, but he's done better since. Wallace. Rollings. Call across ground from Palm. Pretty good defender today for Richmond. Foley. Pushed in the back. No. Cordy was pushed in the back. And Cannon into Foley.
It's like a billiard shot, Tim.
So Cordy takes it from behind the wing and delivers nicely for Williams, who is seeing a lot of the ball in this third quarter.
Williams' third mark for the quarter. Torpedo. McKenna brings it away for Richmond, but not a great kick. Looking for Foley. Sewell was in there, brought it away. Still in play, but now out of bounds. And the players look as though they've had a quick glance at the clock. 29 minutes gone. And the game seems to have suddenly slowed. Lee at the back to Waiten. James on the end of it and marks, and he's got plenty of room on the right foot. 6 points. James, goal number 5. And really used the yardage he had there well. Saw he had about a 5-metre break, ran around, kicked with the right boot, which is not his natural boot, but still put it right through.
.21 goals in 7 games to James. Almost at the 30-minute mark of the quarter. Oh, collision between two Tigers, Pickering and Waitman. Rioli. Strong stuff, Brian Cordy. His brother Graham, the leaper. There's a Tiger down at half-back. It's Burton holding his head. Rioli. Clever kick. Palm. Leader Waitman. James again. That's a free. That's his sixth. Tremendous effort. What a dangerous and handy forward he is. He's taller than your average pocket or flanker. He uses that height and he also uses ground level skills to great advantage. Despite those 2 goals late in the quarter, the Tigers apparently had run their race, because in the last term Footscray kicked 5 goals to 2 and increased their lead from 31 points to a final margin of 50. 5 goals each to Beasley and Royal and 3 to Brad Hardy for the Dogs, and for Richmond, James kicked 6, Waitman and Jess both kicked 3 goals. And there were 3 players reported in the match. Mark Lee on 2 charges, one of kneeing or allegedly kneeing and allegedly striking Andrew Purser of Footscray. Dale Waitman reported for allegedly striking with a forearm, and Jim Edmund of Footscray also reported on a striking charge. Well, I actually picked a winner in that match, but it was pretty hard in the next one we have a look at VFL Park, where North Melbourne caused an enormous upset by beating Essendon and in fact trouncing the reigning champions by 59 points. Ross Glendinning and Brendan Ryan each kicked 4 goals and Donald McDonald 3, and for Essendon, Van der Haar kicked 7 and Renee Kink booted 4. Hawthorn had a huge victory over St Kilda at Princes Park. That was a win that was expected, but certainly not the margin after the Saints' good effort the week before. Lee Matthews 6 goals and Peter Knight's 5 for the Hawks, and for St Kilda, Tony Lockett booted 5. And Fitzroy caused an upset by beating the Battle of the Victoria Park co-tenants, and how they did it. An 85-point margin after an 8-goal-to-3 first quarter set the pattern. Bernie Quinlan 4 goals, Osborne, Barwick and Hallis 3 each for the Lions. For Collingwood, Shaw, Taylor and Morwood each kicked 2. Well, 7 rounds down, with the exception of this afternoon's match between the Swans and Carlton at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and that's just so important for both clubs. And the latter very interesting, with Essendon and Footscray, who have climbed from 4th to be 2nd again, up there in the top 2 spots, Essendon the edge on percentage. Hawthorn, Richmond and North in the 5 on percentage, and Kennedy's Kangas have done so well to climb up into the top 5. Collingwood and Geelong out on percentage. The Swans could join those teams and move in with a win against Carlton. Then back to Melbourne, the Blues looking to climb up, and Fitzroy on 8, St Kilda 4. Goal kicking, Michael Roach, despite being sidelined, still on top with 38. Brian Taylor 2nd, but had a quiet day. Bernie Quinlan, the defending champion, booted 4 to move up to 3rd. Beasley kicked 5 goals. Ablett got another 5. And James of Richmond on the list, a first-year player, kicked 6. Well, next week it's round 8 and 6 matches in Melbourne, and try and pick a winner from that lot. At VFL Park, Melbourne and St Kilda. Then North at home to the Swans. Carlton to Richmond. Footscray and Fitzroy at the Western Oval. Essendon go down to Geelong, and Collingwood play host.
Brought to you by Mazda, makers of